Hey, y'all just told him, hey, look, bro, you got a big fight coming up. Your fans are expecting to see a lot of... Man, you better pick your flag up, man. Pick your flag up. Hey, look.
Devastating flag, brother.
Hey, look, got a big fight coming up. What can fans expect when they see you face off against Ryan Garcia? Some people say it's your right hand versus left hook.
Y'all gonna have to just tune in and see. No.
After a surprisingly quiet build-up, Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero are now giving boxing fans the kind of intensity and trash talking they want with their recent Instagram live session where the both of them confronted each other and promised themselves some serious punishments on fight night. Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero, after a rivalry that has lasted 8 years, are now preparing to settle the score in the ring. There's one particular thing the boxing community won't stop talking about, especially with the involvement of these two, and it's the sparring session they had.
Can it happen? Do you want it to happen?
I shall see.
You shall see?
I shall see.
Yeah? What do you make of him skipping the Haney fight for a fight with you?
No opinion on that. No opinion on that either.
So what happens in a fight between you guys? How do you beat Ryan?
And one of the goals of the fight is to see if the sparring session is still a mirror of the reality of both fighters at the moment, or it's just one of the many amateur experiences that really don't matter anymore for Ryan Garcia, who's just coming off a controversial suspension regarding him cheating with performance-enhancing medications. He's determined to bury talks of sparring once and for all. His ears have been filled with questions from reporters and declarations from fans regarding what the sparring session was really like.
You know how you do your rolling thing.
What is there to say?
Tell me.
What is there to say? The fights are ready. At the end of it, I'm a personality. I'm a star. Ryan's a star. There's nothing, we don't need to do any of that stuff.
How's it working with Turkey Al-Sheikh and all these different promoters on this card? Fighting.
And he knows perfectly that to bury the sparring session for good, he needs to bury Rolly Romero alive when they lock horns in the ring. This exactly were his claims during a live Instagram session that he called Rolly out to. Of the pair, Ryan Garcia is the social media star who's known for his YouTube videos and collaboration, his Twitter or X Spaces, and his massive Instagram followers, while on a live session fans began to request that he bring up Rolly Romero on the call, and despite his initial reluctance, he eventually heard their plea, and trust when I say it was more lively and action-packed than the press conferences they've had so far. To be fair, the two fighters have hardly delivered in their press conferences, as they've had a more calm and collected disposition, making many fans believe that the fight happened when the rivalry was reduced to nothing.
Okay. Now, you're good at selling the fight. Why you been so quiet and more reserved on this one? Usually hype, or you usually talk and sell the fight.
This exact fight 3 years ago would have seen tables turn, tongues roll, and microphones burn at the press conference, rather than the one we saw where Teofimo Lopez became the master of ceremony to spice things up on the call. Rolly Romero wasn't merciful, as he kept ranting on how he's brought Ryan Garcia down in the past, and his only assignment is to simply repeat what he'd once done well. Talks of the sparring session didn't go down well with Ryan Garcia, and this was why he claimed he was going to end Rolly Romero when they fight. I promise to end you and end every noise about the nonsense sparring session in that ring, Ryan Garcia said ahead of his fight with Rolly Romero. King Rai is set to face Romero on May 2nd at Times Square, New York, in his first fight back since his 1-year suspension from the sport.
Let's go, guys. New thing, fighting in Times Square, right?
Yeah, Times Square is all new. That's never been done. And it's crazy, man. Just, I mean, how many people can even be over there?
How are they going to do that for us, the tickets? Anybody told you how they're going to do the tickets yet?
They're doing free events in public.
So people just walk them out and get a stop and just get the ticket. All right. Now, after you beat the hell out of Ryan Garcia, what's next for you?
I haven't even thought about it.
The 26-year-old was slapped with a boxing ban by the New York State Athletic Commission after failing 2 separate drug tests taken around his April 2024 clash with Devin Haney for the banned substance clomine. Initially got his hand raised via majority decision after flooring Haney 3 times. However, the result was later overturned to a no contest. James trained Garcia for the grudge match with Haney as well. as his knockout win over Oscar Duarte in his previous outing, but Garcia left James to join Canelo Alvarez's camp and train under Eddie Reynoso. Garcia previously worked with Reynoso for 5 bouts between 2018 and 2021, and was hoping the Mexican legend could take him under his wing for his comeback fight.
Because you're gonna upset the plans now. If you beat him, you think they'll put you in there with Devin next?
No, I think Ryan will fight Devin.
Even after you beat him?
Yeah, I think Ryan will still fight Devin.
What about you versus Tio?
Yeah, I have no interest in any of that stuff right now. The only thing I want to do is Ryan Garcia.
Okay. Now you are at 147 now, right? Are you gonna stay there? All right. What
I
you
was
think?
killing myself to make me feel.
Really? I gotta.
Reynoso and Garcia worked with each other for a few weeks before the American started his camp, but Canelo's undisputed super middleweight contest in Saudi Arabia against William Skull is penciled in for one day after the Romero fight, meaning the link-up will have to wait. How can I take you talking the whole camp? So I had to dip. Garcia quipped, no, it was the circumstances. Initially declared that he would be trained by his father, Henry Garcia, alongside brother Sean Garcia and strength and conditioning coach Justin Fortune. Taking to X, formerly Twitter, he wrote, major announcement, working with Derek James this camp, and it's been going great, let's go. On May 2nd, Fatal Fury. James is widely considered to be one of the best trainers in boxing, having previously guided Errol Spence to 3-belt status at welterweight and Jamal Charlo to undisputed super welterweight.
I got really big legs, 3 of them to be exact. Yeah.
Now who's training you for this fight? Last time I saw you,
Ismail Salah.
yeah, so we trained at your gym when we were getting ready for
Yeah,
this
of
fight.
course, I know. I saw Brian fought a few times, man. He looked good. He looked good, great tonight. And that Puerto Rican dude, no joke, he had a bunch of knockouts.
Yeah, he did. He had a lot of knockouts. Never been down either. All right, before I let you go, man, tell people what they can expect when you step in the ring, man. Come on, sell this fight for them one more time.
Man, let it all be, man. Y'all see, man.
British boxing fans will remember him best for his time with 2-time heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua. James oversaw 2 of Joshua's camps in 2023 for fights with Jermaine Franklin and Robert Helenius. AJ was criticized for his gun-shy approach to both contests and later left James for Ben Davidson. Ryan Garcia is not the same fighter we last saw in April when he faced Dion Haney. If you remember, the 26-year-old was originally credited with a 3-knockdown majority decision win over Devin Haney. But that win, it didn't stick. The New York State Athletic Commission later turned it into a no contest after Garcia tested positive for a banned substance. Since then he's had a lot to deal with, from a vandalism arrest in Beverly Hills to opening up about his struggles with alcohol. But now Ryan Garcia knows better. He's learned that showing up in the ring matters way more than talking trash outside of it. He's humble, but don't mistake that for weakness, not even close.